Jeff from CAD/CAM Zen, and we're on part 3 of our martial arts training knife. We're actually going to be milling the knife here. So here's the knives and the fixture we previously made, and I want you to remember this is what the stock basically looks like. So when we're machining this, notice we've got some heavy material around this corner here, and obviously I've already machined these parts, so I'm just going to kind of show you some different ways that you could do it. One way that you could do it is you could do like a contour where you just constantly step down into the material a little bit deeper, a little bit deeper, a little bit deeper. And to set that up in your system, when you go to your setup here, you go to your multiple depths and how deep do I want each step down to be, and is it a rough, is it a finish, am I leaving material for finishing as I am here. Okay, so that's one option. Another option is you could step sideways into the part, but milling with a larger step down, so just cutting sideways instead of down into the part. Again, to set this up, if we go to our settings here, we can use multiple finishing passes and just give it the number of passes and the distance for each pass. Now the problem with that on this particular part is eventually they're going to start running into the knife next to it, so that's really not an option. Okay. Another option we could do is we could do like an adaptive clearing to clear the material out, so we're not stepping down in the Z, we're not stepping over too much or that type of thing, and I'm going to go ahead and show this adaptive. Now when doing this, there's a couple things we need to do. Let's take a look at that, because again, I didn't want it cutting all the way around. I didn't have enough travel on the mill. So when we get into our adaptive and all these cutter paths, when you go to select your curves, okay, so I picked this rectangle, which was that stock material we saw earlier. That's my stock contour, and my geometry is basically, I'm just going to be picking these curves here, and if I just go to pick the curve, it's going to go all the way around. Okay. However, if I hold down the Alt key and select, it's going to give me just that individual curve, and that's how we're going to go ahead and mill just that area that we need. So I go ahead and I use the adaptive roughing on those curves. So after the adaptive roughing, you can do a contour pass with just one cut, and I'm going to use a nice tight tolerance on it and one cut to make a nice smooth finish on that. In fact, if we go ahead and do a simulation on it, I'm just going to go ahead and play that with the simulate button and hit play, and you can see the tool going around there. We did make sure the knives were far enough apart so that the 3/8 tool could fit. So you're probably wondering, how do these work for practice? Well, let's take a look at this video and find out.
I'll show you the legs. Just step back.